dog tonight. What? But it's gonna be alright. Yeah. Cause me and my clique, we don't give a fuck. Sweet Daddy, good job, good job. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to bring this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to bring this thing up. If you want some, come get some.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Mastermind Bob Rogers, and we are here at the FTW Network on the FTW Future Focus. I am live from Detroit, Michigan, and with me, I have almost all the rest of the FTW crew. One of our guys, it's his birthday. He's out partying, celebrating with family, friends. Tony Motown Allen, happy birthday.
Oh, yes.
Have fun. Do the thing out there in Chicago. Also with me, we have on to my left. He is the man with the platinum voice. He can call things without a telephone, or if you have a bad cell phone, his reception will still come through. This man knows more about wrestling than I know about myself, and that's sad. Sometimes he makes me just want to cry. No. But here's the man with the Asian ladies in the basement. He is oh my God, he is your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black. Rob, what's up, bro?
Hey, what a weekend, man. Unbelievable. And I didn't even go anywhere, really.
Yeah. Next, right up under me, he's from Chicago, Illinois. He is silent. He is deadly. He is the Tony Khan killer. He is your biggest connoisseur of women's wrestling. Oh, yeah, Marvelous Marcus Buckley. Marcus, what's up?
Well, after this wonderful week of wrestling, I'm just so fired up and ready just to talk about all this greatness that we saw over the last couple of days.
Dude, I already know. We're going to get into that in a second.
Yeah.
And right up under Rob, he looks like Uncle Phil. He can throw things 100 yards. No, but he's a connoisseur of wrestling. He's been a fan for over 40 years. Got his brain together when it comes to wrestling. I mean, he got some good points and everything. So give it up for the Gadget brother, Chris Woods. Chris, what's up?
I'm ready to talk some wrestling, man.
Sweet.
I mean, honestly, are we ready to talk to wrestling?
Not really.
Not really, but
yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
I hope they're listening after the show. I hope they're listening to us because we're going to tell them.
Right on. But right before we get started, I want to give a special shout out. Been to a place out here, they treated me like home. I'm telling you guys, come to Detroit, you want to lay back, you want to get something to kick back and lay back, this is the spot to go. That's NAR, NAR. It's over there on Michigan Avenue. I'm telling you, Detroit, Michigan know how to do it. What's up, Asia? What's up, Shauna? And it's another young lady I spoke to today that I cannot remember her name, but what's up with you? Hope to see you guys soon. But yeah, shout out to NAR, man. NAR got some good stuff in there. Go check them out. They open, I believe, 9 to 9. If you're ever in the Detroit area, make sure you stop by and holler at them because they be doing the thing, man. They be doing the thing. So if you want to lay back, kick back, have something to smoke to kick back, that's where you go to. Right there at NAR. Man. One of them's in the comment room right now. What's up with you? All right. Man. We got to get into this. This is the first time I've been depressed talking about wrestling in a long time. In a very long time. So let's kick it off with something at least halfway joyous, and that's NXT, the Great American Bash, happened last Sunday, July 30th. Entertaining event, some twists, some turns, I don't know why it happened. I don't know, but let's kick it off. First up, It was the eight intergender tag team match. Dragon Lee, Nathan Frazier, Leon and Valentina Ferrer took on Metaphor, who actually ends up being Noam Darm. I don't even remember. The only one I can remember off of Metaphor is Last Legend. Only one worth remembering. That girl crazy. But who watched the NXT Great American Bash?
I did.
I
Yeah.
watched the show, but I didn't watch the preview.
Yeah, I didn't watch the pre-show.
I wouldn't watch the pre-show either. But I mean, let's get your opinion on this match right here. Or was that the pre-show match?
Yeah,
That was
That
the pre-show
was-
match.
pre-show.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's skip that one. All right. Next matchup, the family took on Gallus for the NXT Championship. It looks like the family beat Gallus, which kind of shocked me when I heard about it. Who saw that match?
I saw it.
I saw it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all three of you. Rob, go first.
I gave this a 2.75. It was a decent opener with a decent story that they stuck to. I wasn't that intrigued by the story. It was basically two heel teams, and one of them had a reason to be pissed. And that was about the extent of the storyline here. It was a decent opener, but the pacing was kind of all over the place, and I didn't. I sensed that the crowd was behind the wrong team, which is kind of a theme that's going on right now. But anyway, I gave it 2.75 because it was a decent opener. Nothing really lagged, and it was the only tag match on the card, I think. So yeah, it 2.75 for me on that.
Marcus.
I gave a match 2.2.5. Gallus really looked good in this match to me. I've been very impressed with the family. I mean, these are the two worst mafioso type of guys I've ever seen. They're horrible. I mean, their accents are off. I mean, the ring attire sucks. It seems like Gallus had to slow down to try to not make these guys look too bad. I mean, they're awful. They should never make it to the main roster. But I think Gallus is ready to go up. They really look good to me. They think they did the two best they could with these two jabrones. I mean, they so for that I give them 2.5 on their performance.
Chris.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. Dallas is like an old throwback territory tag team, like the Midnight Express or something. I just like teams that I'm old school, so that style is attracted to me, but I just didn't get it. The family, I wasn't entertained. I remember the takeovers being the best pay-per-views. We used to come in here and go, how come this is the third show? This is the fourth or fifth show. NXT they have talent on the roster, but I don't know. There's no direction on the roster. And as you watch this pay-per-view, I kept just thinking, why are they wrestling? Oh, well, why did this happen? Because the storylines aren't strong and the talent just isn't being showcased. The wrong teams are winning matches. This was one of those cases. I gave it a 2.25.
All I gotta say is damn. Okay. I mean, I just look at the family, and I never did like the family. I mean, Vinny Pachetti is a better mobster than any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you put them as yeah. They never do impress me. I never did like the family. Gallus is the bad boys. Gallus can't get it on. I think Gallus needs to be moved up.
Yep.
They need to get in a tag team, mix it up.
Well, they lost the title, so that is possible.
Maybe that's the reason they lost it to him. I don't know.
Maybe.
Next matchup. Roxanne Perez.
What was your rating?
Huh?
What was your rating?
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get to see NXT yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch.
You didn't miss none.
Yeah.
Oh, I can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Next matchup: Roxanne Perez takes on Blair Davenport in a women's wild match. Now, as I just did a full disclosure, I did not get to see any of the NXT. Marcus is going to be the most honest with me when it comes to these women matches. So I gotta ask you, Marcus, what was this women's wild match, and how wild did it get?
I mean, it was your basic hardcore women's match, which I've said several times. They really shouldn't be doing. Women shouldn't be doing hardcore matches. I don't care what anybody says. That's what I think. I think these two tried. I'll give them an A for effort, but Roxanne Perez does not belong in any kind of hardcore match. It's totally unbelievable. Her trying to be tough and trying to be a badass. It's just, I mean, but like I said, they tried. For what it was okay. They kept focusing. They kept showing the sister. Her little sister was in the audience with her mother, and they kept showing her, and she looked totally disinterested. It's like, why the fuck am I here? It's like my mama made me come here and sit and watch this shit. That's what it looked like. And I'm like, why do they keep putting the camera on this little girl?
I know.
She's like, it's like, damn. It's just, I mean, poor Roxanne was struggling to set that table up because I think it weighed more than she did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, can I hear him get this shit over with? But like I said, they tried. They tried. So for that effort, I'm gonna get them 1.75 for the effort.
So you're saying they actually did try?
They try. I think they tried best they could.
Okay, Chris.
I agree. Marcus took all the good points, but if I'm gonna have a pay-per-view with 4 or 5 matches, I'm gonna choose matches that are main event matches, at least on a regular show. I didn't know why this match was on. Like, this was totally a waste of time. When this match popped up, and I found out it was a little stipulation and all that other stuff, I was like, hell no, because it looked like 2 little petite women trying to beat up on each other, but hit each other as soft as possible. Like, it was disgusting. That's all I can say. I love Roxy Perez's future star, but she's not world championship material. So I don't know why she gets this push like she does. But I honestly thought this was just a throwaway. Was this filler or something? Did something happen? A match get taken off? Because I still don't know why this match was even on the pay-per-view. It was a waste of time. I gave it a 1.
Boy, Rob.
Wow. I mean, brutally honest, I have to admit, but I had a little bit of a different take on this match. I gave it a 3.
Wow.
And there's certain reasons for that. Number one, even though the mother and sister are obviously knew that Roxanne wasn't in any real danger, Blair Davenport did play that up to a T, and they did play the big versus little match because Davenport's got like half a foot of height on Roxanne, and she played that up during that match. The weapons were really unnecessary, but they did try their ass off with that, and there were parts of it that did sound brutal, especially a part where Perez this match was a mirror image of something later on tonight, and I'll elaborate on that later. But for what it was, Roxanne Perez, she was just an emotional and inspirational type wrestler, and because she made me like actually feel for her in that match, I gave it a 3.
Well, I'm seeing two sides to this. I gotta watch this tomorrow. When I get home tomorrow, this is something I gotta watch because I'm kind of interested in Roxanne Perez. But Blair Davenport is crazy. That girl crazy. And I love women's wrestling. I love seeing Blair go at it sometimes. It just depends on who she's against. Sometimes when she's against a sucky opponent, the match turns out sucky as hell.
Yeah, but Marcus is right though. They tried their ass off in that match.
And I can accept that more than other things, which we'll discuss later. Oh God. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a fair warning right off top. We're about to discuss a match that I have a feeling how it's going to go. So, please, ladies and gentlemen, understand this is not normally what we do here at the FTW Network, but we got to be brutally honest. Okay. This match was the debut of Gabe Stevenson.
Oh, God.
Taking on Baron the Q. My head is so bald I can see my brain, Corbin. Who would like to pick up this trash first?
I can do this.
Oh, shit. Oh, you said that too, Eager. Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Gable Stevenson did something that I didn't think could be done. He made Corbin the babyface. Corbin was getting cheered in this match. He was getting pops. Yes. Corbin was getting cheered in this match. Okay. I mean, yes. The crowd was popping for Corbin.
Are you serious?
I am dead ass freaking serious. Dead ass.
Wow.
I have never heard Corbin get, because I was watching this, I'm like, did I miss something? When did Corbin become babyface? I was like, I was trying to think. I usually watch NXT every week, and even though I fast forward through a lot of it, I thought I missed something. But no, I mean, I can appreciate Stevenson's first match shouldn't have been on pay-per-view first and foremost, and shouldn't be against a guy like Corbin. That was a bad mix-up. Whoever booked that match, Shawn Michaels should be fucked up for that. That was awful. I mean, you don't do that to this guy.
Where's a Marine when you need one?
Right. I mean I mean the match itself. I
caught that one.
I mean, Corbin's. I'm not Corbin. Stevenson's suplexes were good. I'll give him that, which you expect from an Olympian. But other than that, I mean, the guy is like Cornette says, greener than a pepper tree. I mean, he is what you would expect from somebody like him, but they put him in a terrible spot. I mean, and the ending was just horrible. Did they throw the match out or what? I mean, I wrote it down. What that ending? What was the ending? It was
double count out.
Double count out. Lazy booking.
I mean, that was like the crowd booed. I mean, it was like that was matter of fact. No, 1.
They chanted bullshit.
Yeah, well, the 1.5 is one too much. That I get out of 0.5. 0.5 is my rating for that. As I'm thinking about it, I mean, the match made no sense at all. I mean, Stevenson's intro match against, I don't know, some job guy or somebody on regular NXT channel. That story should have some build up. It was just horrible. It was wrong, and I feel bad.
All right, Chris.
This is my second match in a row where I said, why is this on? These weren't pay-per-view matches, number one. They weren't even NXT regular Wednesday matches. Like this match, how the mighty have fallen. Corbin went from main eventing with Seth Rollins to now he's running around with his shirt off looking like a drunk guy on Cops. I mean, I never seen nothing like it. The whole match, I kept thinking, this guy has 3 of my favorite moves in his moveset, and I hate his guts. Like, there's nothing to like about Baron Corbin, and there's nothing to like about Stevenson. So this match, because I did watch it on the replay, I just fast forwarded to the end, and then when I saw the double count out, it confirmed this match wasn't needed on the pay-per-view. I gave this match a 0 because it shouldn't have existed.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Who looks worse with his shirt off, Corbin or Moxley?
Moxley's chest is starting to go in. He's got the bird chest working now, but Corbin, because his stomach looks like it's smiling. It's the stomach, man. That belly button that looks like it's grinning and frowning.
It's like both these dudes need to put a shirt on bad, for real.
His belly button's this long.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rob.
I gave it a 0, man. It shouldn't have existed.
Rob, go.
I'm stunned. Out of all of us, I'm going to give this damn match the highest rating.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 1's the highest rating.
1.5. That's all I gave it, and that was only because Stevenson tried. You remember how I was saying that they won't give up on Baron Corbin?
Yeah.
I'm not so damn sure after this match because he looked like a 40-year-old truck driver who'd been living in a cave for 2 months. And they wanted to book Corbin strong, but yet they needed to put Stevenson over, and so they came up with the worst ending possible, and it made everyone look bad. I don't know what drugs were ingested to cause this train wreck, but they need to stop immediately. They painted themselves into it. I don't know whether it was Michaels that was responsible for this, but whoever it was painted themselves into like the worst corner possible. And they screwed Stevenson, who was trying. But and he is a rookie, and he's a gold medalist, so he deserves some respect. But the crowd turned on his ass like a dime. Yeah. It was crazy. But I mean, just for Stevenson's effort, I'm going to give it a 1.5. But my God, that was horrid.
Yeah, I mean, they needed somebody that could lead him. Like even Gable or Ziggler or somebody that could lead.
They needed somebody that could follow the match and job to him, and Corbin wasn't that guy.
Ziggler's the best jobber in the business. I would have used Ziggler before I would use Corbin.
Yeah, because I just imagine Baron. I look like Lurch Corbin coming around trying to. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't watch this.
Well, just watch the first 2 minutes just to hear the crowd.
Next matchup, Dominic Mysterio wins against Wesley and Mustafa Ali for the NXT American Championship. Now, again, I didn't watch this, but the result just makes me happy. Dirty Dom, still the NXT champion. The man I can do nothing but salute to, because he has mommy on his side. I'm sorry. This dude that blew up. He's blew up like crazy. And I mean, as soon as he tries to start talking, they boo him off the mic. The man can't say a word. He keeps winning matches, and I bet you he won this by, I'm guessing, and don't tell me right now, but tell me in your descriptions, he probably won by the skin of his teeth and keeps walking out of there with that belt. He's going to start a riot at one of these places, I'm telling you. Rob, go ahead and start.
Okay. I gave this 2 3/4 because Mustafa Ali and Wes Lee would have had a fantastic match had it just been the two of them. It was almost like Dom was wedged into this match in order to, like, advertise for SummerSlam and to remind people that he's on Raw with Rhea. That, and in all respect due to Dominic, he's a heat machine, and he proved that in this match again because people hated his guts. But the problem here was that the match was booked around the storyline instead of the storyline being booked around the match. And due to his lack of experience, it was like Lee and Ali were wrestling around Dominic instead of like with him. And again, this was the mirror opposite of another match we're going to talk about later, and I'll point it out when we get there. But it was great because of Lee and Ali. I want to see the singles feud between them, but sticking Dominic in there it didn't help the match at all. In fact, it hindered it. So 2 3/4 for me.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just shocked to hear that. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I totally disagree with Rob. Dominic was the only interesting part of this match for me. I've seen Lee, I've seen Mustafa Ali, and I can see the talent there, but they're still cheap versions of Ricochet to me. Ricochet, when I saw Ricochet at SummerSlam, I thought about all the wrestlers that are versions of him and why they can't be that. I'm so glad that he got to shine finally. But Dominic was the star of this match. His heel work is amazing for his age. But like I tell people, these luchadors, he came up under Rey Mysterio. He probably been wrestling in the backyard since he was 3 years old. You know, practicing with his brother. He grew up idolizing Eddie Guerrero, and it showed in this match. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to have mommy on your side. Like, the whole gimmick just works. They can just show up, and I'm entertained. And that's what I watch sometimes for. Sometimes it goes beyond the wrestling. But this kid has it. Whatever it is, you saw he had it, and the other two guys didn't. And you could say they're better performers, whatever you want to say, Rob. He was the magnet. I was magnetized to Dom the whole match. And I actually gave it a 3. I was entertained. This is when I started watching NXT, and I go, okay, now you're starting to entertain me. Okay, I can deal with this. All these other matches y'all had, this belonged on the show. That's just my opinion.
Marcus.
Actually, I agree with both the fellas said. I thought that, well, first of all, my score is 2.5. I did think that Dominic was in the way, but at the same time, he was what's interesting about this match. Actually, it wasn't so much Dom as Rhea. Rhea actually was the best thing of this match because he riptied Wesley through that table, and you would have thought that was a man was doing that move to Wesley. I mean, she planted his ass through that table. I mean, when you watch it, she put Wesley through that table like that was her ex that cheated on her. I mean, she planted his ass through that table. I was like, damn, that's getting a little personal. I don't know, but that to me, that was the best part of the match. I love that spot right there. But overall, I mean, I would look forward to Ali versus Lee at some point down the line. But okay, match 2.5.
Okay, I'm digging that. I got to see that match. I want to see that, especially with Rhea Ripley there. Can't help but watch her. I'm sorry. Call me a pig if you want to, but I got to see her there. Anyway, next matchup. Oh my God, Tiffany Stratton taking on Thea Hall, NXT Women's Title. Now, I definitely got to know how this went. And Marcus did already disappear.
Oh, he does. I probably didn't want to talk about this match.
That's what I'm saying. Rob, go first.
Okay. This was a submissions match. And I don't know what it is about ladies' matches and special stipulations, but for some reason they tend to not help the match very much at all, and that was the case here. As it turns out, the opponent's name is Hale, not Hall. I got that wrong.
Yeah.
But there were like missed spots in this match, and I don't know whether it was Hale's fault or Stratton's, but they didn't really work together. They gave it everything they had, but Stratton missed some spots. There was a major spot that looked like she had lost, and the crowd got really pissed off when the referee didn't call it.
Right.
So, people were angry about Hale, people were angry about Stratton, and the end of the match was just damned ridiculous with the towel throw because Hale wouldn't give up. And that was designed to get Stratton heat, but it was the wrong kind of heat. So A for effort, like Marcus would say, but I gave this a 2. I gave it a 2. It they tried, but it didn't hit the gas pedal.
Chris.
I don't know why the theme of today is they tried and A for effort. Fuck all that. This is a pay-per-view. The women ain't been looking good. This looked like an AEW match when I watched it. That's how many botches and how sloppy it was. And I was disappointed because, I figured the NXT, they practice and they probably work through the match and go through the stuff. It just looked like they couldn't execute. It looked like they had no chemistry. Until you said her name, I didn't even remember the other girl's name. I just remember Stratton was in the match. I mean, it was bad. It really was. I was like, this is your champion. She's got some work to do. She really does. And it's not a bad thing, but you don't do this on a pay-per-view. If you're going to mess up on the show, on the live show. You can't come into pay-per-views and this is the product you want to present me and expect me to believe in NXT. I don't believe in NXT anymore. This pay-per-view is one of the reasons why I gave this match a 1. And I'm going to say for effort because of their effort. But other than that, it was a botch fest and it looked like an AEW style match to me. Like I was like, this is some shit we will see on AEW and complain about. Facts.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What the hell, Marcus?
This is a match that they should have at Cowabunga, Michigan, in a barnyard in front of about 20 people.
Oh God!
Just a lot of. This match shouldn't be on TV. I like Robert would say, I applaud that they tried. But like Chris said, you ain't supposed to be trying on a fucking pay-per-view. You really not. You supposed to be there. Okay, you're supposed to be there. You try in front of 50 people at the high school gym. That's what you try. That's what you try. Okay, I'm gonna generously give them 1 star generously because Stratton, I can see the potential in Stratton, but she has about another year, and they need to bring some women that know how to work to teach her and lead her. They need to have Natty come down, and I'll even bring Alicia Fox back.
They fired the girl, Mandy Rose.
That's what I'm saying. Bring it. Oh fuck, Mandy Rose. No.
I'm just saying, somebody that could teach her. She was down there.
But now that Tony ain't here to interrupt me, fuck Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose can't wrestle worth shit. She don't need to be teaching nobody a damn thing except to show her ass. Okay.
That's the start.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I can say that freely now.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, fuck Mandy. Okay. And anyway. No. Let's move on. 1 star. That's it.
Marcus is the best to ever do it. He's the best to ever do it.
Glad I'm kind of glad that I didn't watch this because you can't follow that.
Yeah.
No way you can follow that.
I think
Marcus
that's
is the best to ever do it.
I think that's the first thank you for joining us I've ever given Marcus.
Because I and I wasn't trying to get one.
I was trying to poke the bear. That's what I was doing.
Instigating mine. Anyway, last matchup, main event. Carmelo Hayes taking on Ivan Dragunov. Chris, go first.
I'm pissed off.
Good.
This ruined the pay-per-view already sucked going into this match. And these guys put on a slight show, but the wrong guy won. I thought this was their opportunity to elevate Carmelo to the main roster because they need some youth and some energy on Raw and SmackDown. I thought Dragunov was going to beat the shit out of him. Every match I've seen this guy in, he bleeds, he bites, blood's coming out his mouth, out his head. He's head-butting people, damn near destroy. He did none of that in this match. Like, I was like, why did they subdue one of my favorite, and he is my favorite wrestler actually right now on the roster. Why did it seem like they subdued him and had him hold back for Carmelo so it could match that style of match? And it took away from Drago. It really took away from me. I gave this match a 3.25 because they did perform. Both of these guys are at the top of their game, but that wasn't the same Drago I expected to see, and that's not the kind of match I want to see him in. I'm just being honest with you.
Rob.
I liked this match. Chris is right. It did have the wrong ending. I think that this was Dragunov's moment, and they kind of didn't let him have it for whatever reason. I think, like, looking back on the rest of the card, it may be because they figure that NXT really, really desperately needs to hold on to Carmelo Hayes and be the figurehead and champion of that brand. That being said, I was a little bit more impressed by this match than Chris was. Dragunov did step it back a little bit, but Hayes more than made up for it because it was his style of match. So I gave this 4 1/4 because I loved the effort from both guys. And even though Dragunov didn't go as hog wild as he usually does, it was still pretty damn good. Especially in a night of duds, we actually had a Snickers. So I can live with that. 4 1/4.
Chris.
I already went.
Oh, I meant Marcus.
Marcus.
Well, I'm right in the middle of both of them. I gave it a 4. This was easily the match of the night for NXT. Dragunov is also one of my favorite wrestlers right now. I mean, I really enjoy watching him. He's one of the few guys that if I was going to try to convince somebody that wrestling was real, I would tell him to watch his matches. I mean, all his stuff looks real and looks good. He really looks like he's beating the hell out of somebody.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't going to win, but I was hoping that he would. They had this one spot which I'll touch on later when we do our moments that I thought was well put together. But overall, I mean, especially considering everything else I saw, I enjoyed the match, so I gave it a 4.
With you guys saying what you just said, I kind of imagine what happened. If that's the case, okay. If that's the case, I would understand why Dragunov lost. I'm gonna have to explain that a little bit later, but what I'm getting from you guys, what happened in that match, is making me think that this feud isn't over, but it's something that's gonna happen. And then Dragunov is going to snap and be that dude that y'all, we used to see him. So, you know, that was NXT, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, it's so sad that we got to go to this next one.
Yes, Lord.
The reason why I am here in Detroit, Michigan, the reason why I am in this hotel room right now, the reason why I spent $75 on parking last night.
Jesus.
Oh, some places was worse than that.
And the reason why we're endorsing an AR.
But also the reason why I got to meet some cool ass people up here. And I'm just gonna say this. This is a spot where there's some wrestling fans, man. I've had so many conversations with fans. And this was awesome. This was straight up awesome up here. So Detroit, thank you for having me. NAR, thank you for your hospitality. Like I said, don't forget to go to NAR if you're in Detroit. That's mandatory. You know, but NAR, thank you so much for your hospitality. You ladies have been awesome. I'm definitely coming back to see you guys. But we gotta discuss this. And I took most of this time so we could discuss this in depth. Because last night, anybody ever left a live show and they felt dirty?
Yes. Mania 22. Yes.
That's how I felt about this.
His audio went out.
Did it?
I can't hear him.
Yeah, I can't either.
I can't hear you, Bobby. But no, I definitely concur.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
No,
now
I can't.
we can.
I can't. Yeah.
Okay. The button went down for some reason, but this is yeah, we're gonna get into this, and we got to be honest because this was disappointing, very disappointing.
Let the therapy begin.
First matchup, which shocked me and Tony as we were walking in, because we were sitting there waiting to get some pizza, which took literally 20 minutes to move 2 steps. And it was Logan Paul taking on Ricochet. Watched a little bit of it. Didn't get to see that much. So, Rob, go ahead and go first.
You need me to go first on this one.
Yes.
Yeah. You said what you said.
Yes. Now, I need you to remember exactly what I said, too.
Yep,
Okay?
go ahead.
This match was decent. Ricochet did a very good job of carrying Logan Paul, and Logan Paul, to his credit, did do some decent stuff in this match, although the stalling at the beginning of it I didn't really appreciate whatsoever. It was kind of dumb and designed to get Paul heat that he was already getting, which was kind of cheap. However, what I said yesterday, and I quote, if this match is more than 3 stars, then I will stop giving Logan Paul shit. I gave it a 2.75.
It was close.
Almost, but not quite.
Wow.
Little bit. Because Logan
Get him,
Paul,
Rob. Tell it.
Logan Paul stalled too damn much. It was obvious that Ricochet was doing like 90% of the work. He was calling all the stuff. there were a couple of spots in particular that were really sloppy. The Spanish fly that went off the apron looked like it damn near killed both of them. And Logan Paul, although I will give him credit for paying his dues, number one, he still needs a whole hell of a lot of work. And number two, he got a cheap ass win that he didn't earn. I understand he's a heel, but that was horseshit. So 2 3/4, I am still not a Logan Paul fan.
Chris.
I think this is his first win too, isn't it?
Yep.
It's either his first or second. I think he might have beat the Miz.
Oh yeah, he did. That's what he did.
But I wouldn't call it a cheap win. They don't respect Ricochet. They just don't. Number one, I'm a Ricochet fan, but he has to get the lucha style out of him. It's not lucha style no more. All that you talked about stopping and going, he was calling his moves before I like 3, 4, 5 seconds before he would do something, and it was starting to irritate me because especially like the Rock move where he stood over the guy for 5 seconds after just doing a simple body slam, then he ran rope to rope, then he stopped, did something, and then he did a move, a backflip. I was like, damn, 2 minutes went by. Logan Paul didn't move out the way. All the other times they was moving out the way, putting their knees up. He let Ricochet go have lunch, call his mama, and do a backflip on him. I was like, that's how the whole match went to me. It was like called spots. All right, we're going to go over here to this corner. We're going to do that. We're going to go down here on the floor and do that. It looked like an AEW style match to me. And that's what made me stop. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like the Young Bucks. That match looked like a Young Bucks match to me. And I was getting sick to my stomach. I'm being honest with you. That's what I felt. And I thought Logan Paul did what he was supposed to do at the level he's at. He did everything. And yes, they need to stop doing that damn Spanish fly on the floor. That's the second time Ricochet almost killed somebody.
Yeah.
So just stop doing it. You know, just like AEW's got the rules now. They need to, just because you can do something, you don't always have to do it. And I'll bring that up later in the show. But I gave this a 2. And I'm surprised I gave it a 2 because I was disappointed. I really was.
My God, I ranked a Logan Paul match higher than Chris. Holy crap.
I mean, I was entertained, but it was not the way I want to be entertained. It was just, you know, because they did cool stuff.
So
not a wrestling match.
So what was your rank again?
2.
Marcus, is up to you.
I gave him a match 2.5. Logan Paul can do all the moves. You know, Rip Oliver really trained him well.
Yeah.
But the problem is, this was one of the first matches where he looks like he only had 5 matches. He has no idea about ring psychology yet, which is to be expected, you know. But he still has a lot of work to do, you know. And the only way he's going to get that is they have to stop making him the what word am I looking for? The
special attraction.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And let him be a wrestler. I think if you let him wrestle for a year and a half, he would be a superstar in the ring. But as for a match, I gave it 2.5. I thought the guys did as well as they could together, considering how Logan Paul's lack of experience and, you know, Ricochet trying to do some moves that he shouldn't have been doing with a guy that didn't know how to quite do them yet. You know, I think it was okay. 2.5.
Bobby, do you have a ranking for this match, or did you see enough of it?
I'm thinking on this one. I saw enough of it, but I'm kind of torn. This is the reason why I had to think on it. Yeah, you could tell Ricochet was carrying the dude like a bag of groceries from Kroger. I mean, and I said he was going to have to. He was going to have to do that. I mean, so that doesn't shock me as much. What's shocking me is that he did. I think he did just like. he did enough, but he didn't do too much. You see what I'm saying? He did enough to show, okay, I could be respected in the ring, but he didn't do too much to wow anybody. You know, some of the moves he tried to attempt to do was awesome. You know, Spanish Fly. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Somebody put me in the ring and they call Spanish Fly. I'm gonna look at him, laugh, and kick him in the stomach. You know, we're not doing that today. We're gonna go to something else. Let's see what you got. You know, no, it ain't going down like that. And I don't know. I think this is one of the reasons I'm so frustrated. Ricochet is an excellent talent. Ricochet is a god amongst those that people don't understand him. And they need to let that man loose, build a cruiserweight division, and let him run it.
Yeah.
Period. Because this is sad. We are witnessing the shitting of Ricochet. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it as a joke. I'm being dead serious. They are shitting on him like he is the toilet at Ford Field.
They're using him like Ziggler now.
Yeah.
Like that's their go-to guy, you know.
Yeah.
Lose for me. We don't care about the fans wanting to see you succeed.
The Ricochet's the most exciting jobber in the business.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's what you got to describe him as. He's electrifying, the most electrifying jobber ever. It's sad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn sad.
I did watch enough of this match to give it a rating. I thought this was going to be over for Rob. I thought it was going to be he was going to give it a 3. I'm giving it a 3. So it's just sad.
Well, if they ever book it, Wesley and Ricochet might be a good match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They already did something.
Did they?
Already do a match?
I might have missed it then. Or Carmelo and Ricochet, have they done something?
Yeah, they did.
Mm.
I think Carmelo was North American champion. I think.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that match up then.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was sad, but it gets worse. But not right now though. Because this is something that got me perked up. The Nightmare, Cody Rhodes taking on Brock who gives a shit about it? Anyway, Marcus, go ahead.
I'm looking at my sheet here. I think I gave that match. What did I get that match? I want to be fair to it. Let me see. What did I get that match? I remember it was a typical Brock match. It wasn't nothing exciting. I think I gave that 2.5. It was okay, typical Brock. You know, I was surprised by the handshake at the end and the acknowledgement. You know, I don't think that was scripted personally, but okay match, 2.5.
Right on, Chris.
Chris, it's you.
Chris, go ahead.
All right, yeah. Triple H says it wasn't scripted. He did say that was them two guys having a moment together.
Okay.
I gave this match a 4. This is why I like wrestling.
Okay.
I'm a Lesnar fan on this show. I know a lot of you aren't, but this is the coming out party for Cody Rhodes, where I realize he's one of the 5 best wrestlers in the world today. He's a territory wrestler. I can put him back in the NWA, and that guy's an NWA guy. I can put him in ECW. I think he could have strived in ECW. Attitude Era, this era, I really was impressed. Cody Rhodes impressed me. He's one of the co-MVPs of the night for me. I thought he wrestled a good match. He was the perfection, the execution. He reminded me of Orton and Flair. Everything he did, I was like, even those cutters, the execution was fabulous. And he had a Brock Lesnar that was willing to work for him, which y'all always say he doesn't. This is Brock Lesnar doing what he does best, putting over the hero. and he did it again. I gave it a 4. This is one of my favorite matches of the night.
Marcus.
I already went. I gave it a 2.5.
My bad. Rob.
Okay, let me prepare for this mentally because I think I'm gonna have a meltdown here. I gave this match a 0.5.
Whoa.
Half a star. This was my lowest rated match of the night. This one
was?
Yes! This was my lowest rated match of the night. You know why?
Wow.
Because it's the exact same damn match they had at Backlash. Almost beat for beat. The only difference was it was about 3 or 4 minutes longer. The introductions were 5 minutes 57 seconds. The match itself was 17 minutes 30 seconds, which, if I remember rightly, is like about 3 or 4 minutes longer than the Backlash match. But they didn't do anything different. Lesnar had it in low gear the whole damn time. He threw suplexes. He did the Kimura thing in order to do the arm. They ripped the damn pad off the turnbuckle again. Lesnar rammed into it at low speed again. Went into the steel post again. It was the same damned match. And that's not even the worst part. Cody looked weaker than he did in the first one. He got the absolute crappy. I know what they were trying to do. But then again, I know what they were trying to do with Corbin versus Stevenson. And it had almost the same damned effect. It was supposed to make Cody look good. It made him look like crap. Lesnar... It's the only way that he knows how to sell anything is like he dominates the whole damn match, lumbers around like a fucking zombie on steroids, and then finally like sells a little bit and then puts the guy over. You can always tell when Lesnar's gonna job because the match is always about twice as long or a little bit longer than the intros. If he's going to go over, then the match is over in 3 minutes. Oh my God! I'm sorry, Chris. I respect it.
You're okay, man. It's a debate show. You're fine.
You are completely entitled to give this match 4 stars. God love you, but I would rather shave my pubes with a spoon than ever watch this again.
Oh, God.
And I pray.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us on FTW
Stop him, Bobby.
Future Focus.
Bobby, save us, Bobby.
But no, half a star, and I pray to God that Lesnar goes on his 6-month hibernation now. Bobby, it's yours.
Well, let me say this. I gotta admit, it was rinse repeat. But it's Brock Lesnar. That's the only way he can do anything. Pro wrestling is a sport where you have to be mental. You have to think. And Brock Lesnar has no brains. I'm sorry. I mean, just straight up. Brock Lesnar is about as smart as my 3-year-old on his bad day. Let's just face the facts. So, walking in the door, I know what type of match it's going to be. Grunt, grunt, I'm a Neanderthal. Toss him like a bag of potatoes and grunt, grunt, and do it some more. So I was expecting that. What I didn't expect, though, was Cody taking all that fucking punishment. I did not expect Cody taking all that shit. I did not expect him to be flipped on his neck about 3 times and still bouncing up. Did not expect that. Then, the atmosphere inside the arena was just Ford Field was just weird, and I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just weird when it came to this match because you had, and I'm not playing around. I ain't trying to sound like a jerk, but I'm just gonna keep it 100. You had people cheering for Lesnar. That was these white dudes that looked like they would start a KKK branch at the drop of a hat. And then you had these white females cheering for him because, oh my God, look at him. Look, that's what I heard like 3/4 of the match. Look at Lesnar's body. Oh my God, look at his body. Oh my God, look at it. I would love to be Sable.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Rob.
That's the best I could hear Bobby the whole time was when he did that. Loud and clear.
Gee, anybody got some mouthwash?
False.
Oh,
False.
Yeah. I was sitting in my chair already with an upset stomach. And it was getting worse by the fucking minute. Because these girls, oh my God, Lesnar's body. Oh my God, his body. Get a blow up doll, bitch.
That's funny.
I don't think they make mannequins in Lesnar's size.
I think the mannequin is smarter than Lesnar.
Said he has no brains. Her name is Sable. That's the brain.
Oh,
She was trying to give him brain and got air. Anyway.
thank you for joining us on
There we go.
Focus.
But I'm sorry. I knew when I was walking into this, but Cody did it for me, though.
Yeah.
Cody did it with his selling.
He put on the
Cody
show.
did it for me to where he was like top notch. Jordan came back. He had the flu last game. He came back this game and scored 45. I mean, you can't get no better than Cody.
Yeah. He put on the show.
And okay, full disclaimer for all of you AEW people that's tuning in, because I told you to tune in today, and I know it's a couple of you, it's not that many, but because you guys won't listen to anything that has to do with WWE, but I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Remember y'all clowned on me talking about the Young Bucks? There would be no All Elite Wrestling if it wasn't for the Young Bucks. And then you said all that about Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes was trash. I'm sorry. This right here make your argument make you look dumber than Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes sold that match. Cody Rhodes knows how to turn that table. Cody Rhodes knows how to reach out to the crowd and pull any emotion that he wants at that same time. And you have the nerve to call him trash? Sorry. Cody Rhodes is not a person you date. He's dating Brandy Rhodes. So let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
All these AEW fans can be mad at the they want that he left out and he's doing his damn thing. I'm going to support him even though I support AEW too. And that man deserved it in his match. That's why I'm giving it a 3.75. And that's all Cody. 0.25 was Lesnar and his thinking. Next matchup. The SummerSlam Battle Royal. Winner of that, they had almost all types of people in there, the Viking Raiders. But the person that ended up winning was the person that, we thought would win was L.A. Knight. Let me go first, please. Please on this. Now, you talk about an atmosphere changer.
Yeah.
That dude moves the freaking needle.
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke when they said, okay, he has the first, third, and fifth top selling shirt in WWE. And when I walked through that hallway, all you saw was yeah shirts. Let somebody yell yeah in the hallway as you walk into your seat. The whole place is erupting with yeahs. LA Knight has ignited the WWE crowd. LA Knight has really done something special when it comes to entertaining this crowd and wrestling fans alike. I am so glad he got this win. There is nothing that could have been. Well, no, there's one thing that could have been better. I still want to see Omos throw everybody out the ring by itself. That's what I want to see. Other than that, this was a perfect ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a score. Yeah.
Yeah.
What score am I going to give it?
5.
No.
No. No.
Yeah.
But I honestly going to give it a 3.75. Rob, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna give this match a 2 because number one, it's a battle royal, so yeah, you're not gonna get too much style or substance out of a battle royal. Although they did try, I have to give them that. Number 2, I'm gonna give WWE Creative an actual point here on executing a no-brainer. They actually booked something correctly for a change, and they did it without having mind-altering substances shoved up their orifices. So that's a yeah, exactly. So, but it didn't. This match didn't blow my doors off, but the right guy absolutely won. So it gets a 2 for being a no-brainer that got no-brained.
He ain't Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus.
I give it a 2 also. It was your typical battle royal. I think the whole point of putting this match together was to make it up to LA Knight for not giving him Money in the Bank.
Exactly.
And for getting the rest of them guys on the card. That's it. So nothing special. 2.0.
And because he was in that Slim Jim commercial.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah.
You're way too nice.
Okay, I don't hear that very often, but okay.
All right.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree with all y'all. First, I was mad when the match started because I said, wait a minute. Didn't y'all have a Royal Rumble with 2 Rumble matches? It seems like they throw a Battle Royal in at the WrestleMania, at SummerSlam. You know why those guys ain't on the show? Because they ain't good enough to be on the show. I didn't pay to see Apollo Crews. Okay.
Well, I don't know about that.
But hold on. That's when I saw Almost though. They played. This is McMahon's genius when he gets these big men sometimes. That's the best I've seen Almost yet. Like I was sitting there going, oh, he is growing. I like the spot where everybody did their move on him to get him out the ring. I thought Chad Gable was a co-MVP of this match. And then LA Knight at the end, they just let him shine the third part of the match. It was like, okay, we let Gable shine. We got Almost out. Now let's set up LA Knight, make it up to him because we didn't give him the briefcase. We didn't let him win the because what did he win? Did he win a championship match, title match? Did he win anything?
Nope.
So yeah, they threw him a bone, but he didn't win shit. Okay. But I gave the match a 3. I was entertained. I was surprised. Like I said, Almost Gable and LA Knight. That was enough for me. I was electrified. I was mesmerized by LA Knight at the end of the match.
This is getting interesting here. Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. Marcus, did you go?
Yeah, I gave it a 2.
That's right. Rob.
Yeah, I went on this.
Oh, so it's my turn.
Rob gave it a 2 too, right? Rob?
Yeah.
I'm the only one that gave it a 3.
Okay. So we go to the next one.
Then go ahead, get it over with.
Please let me start off by saying I apologize to all the listeners that are going to hear this review on this match because I'm about to get medieval in that ass. So, ladies and gentlemen, please get your popcorn, get your drinks, sit back. Kids, don't repeat what I'm about to say in this segment because if you do, you're going to get your ass kicked by your mom, dad, and probably me if I find you.
This is therapy, ladies and gentlemen. This is straight up
I want to hear this too. You might have to talk a little louder because I don't want to miss this.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Let me give a shout out to somebody right quick before I have to snap off. The girl that took care of me today was Madison. Madison, what's up? You all I can say is just much love, Madison. Much love. We got to talk some more because you guys are off the chain. Anyway, I got to smile for a minute. Now I got to deal with this. In this matchup, we have Ronda Rousey.
Matter of fact, you go first this time. You
want me to go first?
Yes.
Are you sure you want me to go first?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go last.
Absolutely.
Everybody on this panel, anybody that tunes in every week, knows that I am a proponent. I am an advocate. I am a promoter. I am a person of interest. If you want to go as far, probably call me a damn mark when it comes to women's wrestling. I love women's wrestling. All of you with your dirty minds, shut up. Listen, when it comes to two females getting there executing to their top talents and their top abilities, it is one of the most beautiful things you can see in a wrestling ring. Honestly, 100%, no bullshit. And when we go to matches such as this, that slap all of these women that are putting their ass on the line doing their damn thing. Bianca Belair, Asuka, two of the best that ever do it. Charlotte Flair, Io Sky. You know, you got independent women out here that are bad as hell. Riley Matthews, badass fucking competitor. You got oh God, I'm getting so mad till I'm getting frustrated in names.
Randy West.
Randy West, of course. Straight out of Detroit.
Yes.
Love
Mickey
Randy.
Knuckles.
Mickey Knuckles, that's what I'm trying to think of. Mickey Knuckles. A girl that's badass and can do hardcore wrestling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? DJ the Disaster out of Chicago. Paloma Star. You know, we had Storm Garcon. You know, Junie Toon on here. We've had them. You got women out there that are talented and can't get a lick or a shake to get on TV to show their technical aspects that they can hang in this business. And you have a spot and a match that was that shitty. I thought Pepto-Bismol was going to get drunk for the diarrhea that was spilled in that fucking ring. This was a fucking shame. This was a fucking insult. And I can't blame Shayna Baszler. Because if you look at that match, you know who controlled that match. You know who called all that stuff and who allowed her to call all that stuff. And I don't give a damn what she did in UFC. I can give a shit what she did in UFC. That's UFC. And look at the end of her UFC career. She ran off fucking crying. I would have had her do the same thing if you know, instead of having this fucking match. Go the fuck home. Don't come back. Shut the fuck up. Here's your fucking money. Kiss my black ass. Bye. Have a nice day. That's exactly what I would have said to her. But you got these motherfuckers, and this is why I get pissed at Triple H. Triple H, if you listen, if you ain't, fuck you too. But how the fuck you gonna get on regular wrestlers about their performance, about their upkeep, about how they do things in the ring, when they do things in the ring, the intensity they do things in the ring? You have a fucking meme from when you did Tough Enough talking to those kids that was in that school, talking about intensity. You have a fucking meme worldwide, and you let that bullshit go across the fucking screen? I used to make a joke, and I used to say Ronda Rousey's middle name should be A. Middle initial should be A. From Ronda A. Rousey. She don't make nothing lift anymore. This girl is terrible. This woman is shitty. Shit T. And what makes me mad was she had the potential, because when she was training, when she was doing everything, and when she first got in there, she was doing very well. But that initial very well went to her head, and she fucked around and wasted all the fucking opportunity that was not only for her, but some of the other women in that fucking locker room. Right now, there is a list that I have. Who is my second worst woman wrestler? Ty Conti. Who is my worst woman wrestler?
The Bunny.
There you fucking go.
Don't talk about my other book.
You want to get it, don't you?
Oh.
There is only one person that just barely is not even, it's close. I would put him under him, but I can't put him under him because at least she did a couple of good things. And that's fucking Ronda Rousey. I don't understand how the fuck you can sit up here and anybody cheer for this woman anymore. I don't care if she saved babies out of a burning building. I still wouldn't cheer for her.
No, you got to if she saves babies out of burning
Fuck
building.
that. She owed it to us. She owed it to us. There's no fucking cheering.
Giving her the key to the city and a ribbon.
No, I don't give her a key to the fucking basement and tell her to shut the fuck up.
That's just me, man.
See, this is why we let you go first.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's no way we could follow that.
This
Yeah,
is
we
the
can.
shittiest. Rob, straight up, we thought that fucking match at WrestleMania was bad. I'm sorry. I gotta put this worse than that. I'll put this worse than that one. This match was worse than the Jackass match.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
We'll get there.
Yes, it is.
We'll get there.
This is worse than the Jackass match. So.
Finish what you got and
Yeah.
I'm in.
So, fuck Ronda Rousey. Fuck her husband. Her kids' school. Fuck her MMA career. Fuck her WWE title runs. Fuck everything that she had to wear to the ring. Fuck every time she walked out of the fucking ring. Fuck that she ever existed. Fuck that she even tried to come to fucking wrestling. Fuck that she was even on TV for WWE. Fuck that she even thought about getting that match with Shayna Baszler and didn't even think about her own friend to give her a decent match so she could take over and do some shit. Fuck you. You're a selfish fucking bitch. Take your ass the fuck home. Take care of that beautiful ass child you got. Shut the fuck up. Suck your husband's fucking dick and get the fuck on.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Oh,
Therapy session.
And my rating for this match is a -5.
Damn! Oh, now wait a minute. You're violating your own rules.
No, he makes the rules.
No, it ain't that I make the rules. It's that's how bad it fucking was.
You wouldn't
You
let me
can't.
give a -5 that one time. He said nope.
God, dog, I can give it a 0.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Up the score, buddy.
Well, nothing
It's
from nothing leaves nothing.
God,
So
this deserves to be in the negative category.
it does deserve it, but you know that it's against the rules. Never mind.
Damn, I gotta give it a fucking 0. Why I gotta rank it that high?
Well, we're professionals, Bobby. We can't be Dave Meltzer.
Okay, hold on. Check this out. I do believe in being professional, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But there is that one instance in time to where you say fuck the professionalism and you gotta get down and dirty. This is one of those fucking times.
I can, yeah.
I want my money back.
brother.
Okay, who wants to follow that?
No,
I'll go last.
I want my food stamps.
All right, I'll go ahead and go.
Okay, go ahead, Marcus.
You know,
Fuck them.
this may have been one of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life. You know, I'm
You just say may have.
the only reason because I'm thinking about Ronda Rousey against Shotzi. I'm not sure which one was worse because that was also I thought that was the worst match I ever seen. But the match was totally dull. I mean, it's like they was wrestling. It was so quiet. I thought it was an empty arena.
They started booing.
I'm sitting here watching.
Oh God, you just don't understand. That same girl.
I heard some dude just go. You can hear him clear as day on the pay-per-view. Boring.
Yeah,
That was a dude 3 down for me. He was 3 down for me that did that shit.
That shit was loud as fuck on the
until that's the only reason I knew that was the only. This was just absolutely terrible. I really can't follow it up with more than what Bobby said. That's why I had him go first to save me a little time. I mean, it's a damn shame that Ronda did that to her girl, that she couldn't have gave her. I mean, I think a blow-up doll would did a better job.
Oh, Kenny Omega reference.
Yeah, I think that would have gave her a better match than what Ronda did. I mean, that was absolutely terrible. She never needs to wrestle ever again. And instead of being called the baddest woman on the planet, she is wrestler on the planet, and not the baddest woman wrestler. I mean, the baddest wrestler on the planet. She is absolutely abysmal. She's horrible. She should never, ever, ever. She already wrestle again anywhere. She already got her ass kicked in MMA, so she can't go back to that. And now, looking like that, she shouldn't go to WWE or come back to WWE or anywhere else. Maybe Tony Khan will be probably stupid enough to give her about $3 million a year to come wrestle for AEW, probably. But that was just horrible. I give it a 0 simply because she did the right thing and let Baszler go over on putting her to sleep. That's the only reason it gets a 0 for me.
Wow. Chris.
I disagree with both of y'all.
Oh my God.
And that's why I said I should go last. I told y'all this would happen.
Fuck you, Chris.
No, I told y'all this would happen when UFC bought the company. Remember I said there's people on the roster that are UFC people that they're going to cater to. So I think they wanted to see what a UFC style fake wrestling match would look like. That's why it didn't work. If they would have just did a regular wrestling match and mixed in some of the submissions, it would have got over. But because they did a stipulation match, like Marcus said, it had UFC written all over it. It had new management written all over it. Let's see what it looks like. And the reason why it doesn't Fade. You don't go to WWE to watch UFC. You go to UFC to watch UFC. So a fake now, if you try to fake the product of realism, we're not going to buy it. So everybody sat on their hands. Now, the reason why I say I disagree with you guys is because as it pertains to Ronda, if this is what they're going to try to present and build off of, technically, she wrestled one of the best technical rap matches I ever saw. Like, she was crisp. I'm a UFC fan too and a WWE fan. I was just watching the moves, the transitions, the counters, the submissions. Ronda had she did like 100 different moves on Shayna, and I was impressed. I really was. And she did the right thing. She put her friend over by going to sleep. She let Shayna, that shows Shayna's dominance. Shayna put Ronda Rousey to sleep. So that's a big up for Shayna. But I actually thought Ronda, this was my most impressive outing she's done since that WrestleMania match that Becky won the championship versus her and Charlotte. I thought this was Ronda, because this is what Ronda does. It was fake and phony, which wrestling is, but she was technically sound. It looked good to me at the end of the match, the second half of the match. So I'm giving it a 2.5 because I didn't think it was the worst match on the card. I didn't think it was that bad. I just thought they should have done a regular match and mixed in the MMA instead of doing a just straight UFC style match. I think a regular match would have got over with the crowd a lot better. But this is what UFC's going to do this. They own the company now. So trust me, Ronda's a brand, Lesnar's a brand. These matches, we're going to start seeing matches like this until they get it right.
Listen, let me interject something real quick. It was something you said that popped my ear. The MMA, the submission match, I think is very underused in the professional wrestling business. I think they should have went for that. They should have did a submission match, which, the armbar versus, her move would have been perfect for that. WWE Creative just fucked this up. They fucked it up raw. You are right. They should have had a wrestling match that had the thing. And I can't agree with you anymore, except for your score, because I'm sorry. She transitioned. She did everything, but the match was terrible.
No, I saw that. Rousey said that they didn't let them do the match the way they wanted to, so maybe that's what added to it, maybe. But nonetheless, I don't know. That's just...
I mean, fake punches, fake kicks, and you call it an MMA match. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
And when we were coming home last night, I remember Triple H being on the radio saying, "Well, we did have to change some things," and blah blah blah. So yeah, that could strongly say what the hell was going on in that one. But Marcus, go ahead.
No, Rob.
Yeah,
Rob. Sorry.
Okay. I agree with Chris to a certain extent. I just hope that he is wrong about the idea that they're going to be having more matches like this. I think I would rather jump off Mick Foley's roof without any boxes under it than watch a match like this again. So I pray to God that he's wrong about that, but he's probably right. I gave this a 1, and all of that, every ounce of that was for Shayna, because she was the right person to go over. She looked the strongest, and I think that she sold the concept the best out of the two. Here's the problem. She
had to sell it. What the hell was Ronda doing?
Well, I mean, okay, you remember what I was saying a couple weeks back about how MMA and professional wrestling do not work when you mix them? This 100%. Match is what the hell I was talking about. And Chris is absolutely right.
I'll let you finish, sorry.
No.
If
Chris is right. If they had gone out there and they had one or the other kind of matches, if they had gone out there and had a wrestling match, it would have been okay. It would have sucked ass still, but it would have been okay.
Right.
If they had gone out there and they had a straight up damn shoot MMA fight between Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and they really went out there and potatoed and peppered each other and really tried to win, that would have gotten over.
Yep.
Instead, they had a fake mixed martial arts fight, and it was terrible for everybody. An MMA fan is going to fart all over that.
Mm-hmm.
You heard what the crowd did with that match, and rightly so. It was absolute trash. But Shayna at least knew and tried to make it something coherent. Ronda just went out there and she was Ronda, and Ronda sucks. Bobby's right about that. Now, Chris, you are right that they executed moves very well, okay? But everybody knew what they were doing. Everybody knew that they were faking a shoot, and that's why it sucked. So,
fake shoot just looks.
Yeah, it looked horrible, and I pray to God you're wrong, that they're not going to have more matches like this, because if they do, it's going to be like brawl for all level cringe.
What's the difference between a Logan Paul and if they get McGregor out there spitting promos? It's coming.
Oh,
it's coming.
God.
Hold on,
it's coming.
Check this out, though.
Oh, no, please,
I don't
God,
think the concept was wrong. I think the person executing the force was wrong. Ronda Rousey looked like she was spanking her to go to bed. That was not a fight. That was like almost like half porn.
It was.
You could tell they were really, really friends, is what it looked like to me.
Right.
Two friends sparring is what that really looked like.
They were pulling punches.
And see, in AEW, remember Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa? That had more reality than this MMA match, and it shouldn't have.
Right. But my thing is that it was a play fight. It was you're it type shit, and that's what made me mad. And Shayna should have stood up for that. Shayna should say, hell no, I'm gonna knock the shit out your ass.
Yeah.
Let's get real.
The end got good. The last 3 minutes was pretty good. They actually looked like they were going at it.
And I think that's what happened. Shayna was like, fuck this.
I think they both said it to each other. Like, let's just go.
Yeah, they should have just went out there and fought an MMA match.
3 minutes flat. That's it. A one-rounder.
And they should have set up there, and a lot of these exchanges that they had, Ronda was in a wrong position for Shayna to even transition. So, yeah, I'm going to give you a spot so you can transition to get your move to make it look clean. But when it's my turn to do that same favor, I can't do it. Screw that chick, man. I'm sorry.
Well, and hopefully we have all purged our...
But that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
and this could have been a squash match. Because, she could have came out, Shayna just knocked out with one punch. Y'all would have cheered. Y'all would have jumped out y'all seats.
That would have been better than what we thought.
No, I'm being serious. Yeah, a squash match would have been better.
Yep.
This should have been a straight classic. In my opinion.
Well, let's move along because I think we've vented our...
That should have been the tribal combat match.
Why you gotta do that, man?
That's a joke, too.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So was that match. Next match up. Drew McIntyre. Oh my god. Another one where that same chick. Oh my god, look at his body. Look at his body. Oh my god. God, it was ridiculous, dude. I mean, all of us would have over there and smacked her ass. And not smack her ass, smacked her. But he took on Gunther. Marcus, go first.
I thought the match was okay. I think, what did I give it? I gave it 2.75. Gunther those nice chops. He really gets that nice sound out of his chops. It was pretty much what we expected. Nice hard hitting back and forth match. They didn't do anything that new or anything like that. I think Chris said it yesterday. It's a repeat match. But it was
Yeah.
still decent. It was still, overall a pretty decent match. So I just gave it. I'll keep it short, 2.75.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, you go ahead.
I think this pay-per-view was a pay-per-view of repeat matches. And that also took away when you see repeat matches multiple, then it just feels like a Raw or a SmackDown. This was a repeat match. It wasn't anything special. I'm gonna tell you though, Gunther's finishing sequence, the splash, the clothesline from hell into a power bomb. If somebody kicks out of that, I'm done because they kicked out of everything all night. They kicked out of the stomp, the curb stomp. They kicked out of the frog splash. But I was like, if he kicks out of this, there's no finishing move. He splashed them and then clotheslined him, flipped his ass into different pieces, and then power bombed him. I was just like, damn.
AEW.
Yeah, I mean, Gunther's one of those guys. And I think aesthetically, they should have a Ricochet. They need to have the little guys. The Sami Zayn should have been going up against a Gunther. When he goes up, you want the David and Goliath thing. I don't need to see him with every guy that can hit hard. Because if that's the case, when's Lashley going to get a shot at him? When's Lesnar going to get a shot at him? Because that's what's coming. If you're just going to have him fight Sheamus and McIntyre all the damn time, I like seeing Gunther against little guys. Bring Drago up since you don't want to let him be Carmelo. Let him and Gunther fight on the damn next pay-per-view. I'll pay for that. But I don't need to see him and McIntyre, him and Sheamus anymore. I get it. They've had iconic matches that I loved, but it's over. There's nothing new. We need an Orton. We need something different. We needed something to spice and Gunther up. So I gave the match a 2.75.
Now, let me say this, Chris.
Go ahead, Ben.
Look at your NXT history. You will find a match where it's Gunther, or at that time, Walter versus Dragunov.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite matches of all time.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
That and Ciampa. I see both of those matches.
Yeah.
Ciampa's just a beast. That
Yeah, I love
Dragunov is a
Ciampa.
beast.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, that Dragunov fucking Walter
Yeah.
match.
That's why I thought he was going to win.
Yeah. That was the match of the year, in my opinion.
I love that match. I did love that match. All right. Who didn't go?
I haven't gone yet.
Ron.
I gave this 3.5. I enjoyed the intensity. I enjoyed the chops. McIntyre and Walter / Gunther have some damn good chemistry together. I didn't mind the kickouts on this match because they were evenly matched. When you've got power versus power and they kick out of everything, it makes more sense than if you've got two guys that are mismatched. But like if Sami Zayn kicked out of everything that Walter did, then I would be pissed and it wouldn't be believable. But McIntyre, as big as he is, kicking out of everything, and Walter kicking out of everything. But I gave this 3.5, not only because they put on a great performance, but this is the kind of match that I wanted, to a lesser extent, for Cody and Lesnar to have. This is the kind of match I wanted those two guys to have. That I would have, but I knew it wasn't going to happen because of Lesnar. But this match is what I wish that could have been, so I gave it 3.5.
Well, that's good fantasy booking. Cody versus Gunther. Maybe we'll get that. We got it at the end of the Royal Rumble.
And putting the Intercontinental title on Cody again would not
give him a belt,
Yeah, that wouldn't be an entirely bad idea.
Check this out. This is short and sweet for me. I'm giving it a 2.5 because it was right down the middle. I mean, I expected to happen what happened, but it was still a good match. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like something I drool over either. So 2.5 for me.
Right.
Simple.
You're right.
Next matchup. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair versus Oscar. Well, Rob, you're going last to this one. And it's the reason why. We will explain that when we come up. Marcus, go first.
You know, I expected more out of this match. I've seen all three of these ladies have good matches. Oh, okay, have good matches individually, but
What
for
the
some,
fuck was it? Wait. What the fuck was that?
I have
Chariots of
no.
Fire coming
Yeah,
My
through?
I have
phone rang, man. Whenever you're on the phone and it rings, it does something weird.
Really? I thought Days of Our Lives was coming
yeah.
on.
Yeah, I thought Chariots of Fire was about to come
Oh,
through.
All right.
We was
we
about
just
to,
heard what Rob's watching during the day.
Well,
we
I've got
thought
priorities, you know.
we thought Charlotte and Bianca and Oscar was gonna run across our screen with
My bad, Marcus.
with a
I didn't know.
fucking
Marcus,
Go ahead,
my bad.
Marcus.
I didn't
Go
know,
ahead, Marcus.
but no, but for whatever reason, these three didn't seem to work. The three of them just didn't seem to work well together for whatever reason. To me, the best part of the match was that sequence at the end, which I'm sure we'll go over later. But it was different. I hadn't seen it. Overall, I give it 2.5.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah. For once, they didn't show up. This was a bad night for women's wrestling, and it's just because of the Ronda Rousey whole thing to the NXT whole thing, and these women. Like I told, we haven't really seen Charlotte and Bianca just one-on-one wrestling, just them two. So we don't know if they have chemistry. Bianca has chemistry with Asuka. Asuka has chemistry with both of them. At the beginning of the match, I thought Asuka literally looked like the most talented wrestler in that ring. She was putting on a show. Asuka was feeding the crowd. Visually, as from watching on TV, Asuka played her part to a T. And then Flair showed there's levels to this. Like y'all weren't sitting on your hands. It was quiet. And Flair was like, nah, we fuck that. Cheer for us. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte started putting on a show. And then it seemed like towards the end, I kind of disagree with Marcus. They started getting sloppy and having the bot. It started with that Flair cartwheel into the corner. And then why hasn't she ever hit her moonsault? It's spectacular. She climbs all the way up there, flips 20 feet, and she never hits the opponent. And she did it again. She jumped over Asuka and Bianca, and then they just fell down. And I was like, well, then what'd you do it for? You know, you're almost killing yourself. And I've never seen her successfully hit it. I don't know why she even does it anymore. And she does it too much, so it's not a surprise when she does it. It's not a spot. I thought they got sloppy at the end. I really did. I gave this match a 2.25, and it's the lowest. And this is why I said sometimes you don't need a three-way. Maybe it would have just been better the Asuka-Bianca rematch or Flair and Bianca for who gets to fight for the title is what I might have done. But it's a SummerSlam, so they put the belt on the line. But I gave it 2.25.
And next is. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go next. I like this match. I liked it a lot. Until the cash-in was terrible. The cash-in was the worst part of that match. It was, nah. I'm not, Bianca finally wins it. And then out of nowhere, here she comes with her briefcase, and you shorten her to a 30-second win. And don't get me wrong, I understand that. Wrestling has that thing to where friends are going to lose and buddies are going to lose or what have you. I get that, all right? My problem with it is, though, the way they have EO placed. EO just seems like some dumb foreigner that went and took advantage of the rules and got the belt. And I'm sick of them. I'm sick of minorities being portrayed that way. I mean, It's dumb. And just because she's popular and people like her doesn't mean what they did was right. They should have had her in a whole new aspect, or they need to have some Chinese girl that can come over with a whole new aspect, just and just talk, and be able to talk. Number one, and number two, to be able to be an intelligent heel, not some dumb and doing all that dumb shit. It gets on my fucking nerves. Stop stereotyping these motherfuckers. It's hard because I want to give it a high rating and I just can't. So I'm just going to beat it in the middle. I'm just going to say 2.5.
Is Bianca really injured? Because when she screamed out, when she fell, that shit sounded real, man. Like she screamed on TV.
No, listen. And I was going to touch on that. Dude, you could hear it in the arena. And it scared the shit out of me, dude. I mean,
they might have called an audible. Like she was supposed to win the match, and then she's injured. Go on and cash in tonight, because it might have been audible.
Might have, because she landed on that leg ugly.
She screamed and was crying, dog. Like you saw, I hit rewind and rewinded it a couple times. She was tearing up and crying like something's bad.
If you could hear that shit in Ford Field, you know she screamed.
But if she faked it, then she's a queen. Because when she came back into the match, that reminded me of Cactus Jack when he got thrown off the cage. I was like, damn, she going back?
Hold on. But this is one thing. If she can fake it like that, Montez needs to ask himself for a couple of questions.
Exactly.
That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future.
And Bobby Lashley, remember, he took Meryl's wife. Bobby Lashley sit there. He might snatch your woman up.
Oh, dear God.
Then watch out.
Oh.
I never needed you at all.
Remember, he was with Lana for a minute. I was like, how did he get Lana? Oh, she was married to the Russian dude.
Oh, that wasn't surprising. I knew Lana would go for it.
Yeah, once you go black, your credit goes bad.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I went from a 700 score to a 420 in minutes.
But my man's driving an Escalade right now.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God. That went downhill quickly. Okay. Needless to say, Bobby is probably letting me go last because I'm giving this the highest rating out of the whole panel.
That is exactly why I'm giving it to you, because I know why you was going to give it the highest fucking rating.
Well, no, it wasn't. Actually, it is not because of Asuka.
She was clowning, though.
That's true, but let me explain. First of all, I gave it a 4.25.
Damn.
4.25 for this match of the night for me. Best. I was the most entertained by this match. A couple of botches in the ring notwithstanding. Bianca was the MVP of this match, especially if that injury was legitimate. Now, I did hear the thump. It was audible. She screamed. I don't know whether she was selling or whether she wasn't, and that's like half the magic. If she was, then she's the most talented lady on the whole roster, period. Most talented wrestler on the roster, period. But if she wasn't, then my God, she's practically Superman. Because she got back into that ring and not only got back in the match, but delivered the spot of the night. That 450 off the top onto Charlotte out of the figure eight was
Move of the night.
Incredible.
Move of the night. Move of the night.
Yeah, if she was really hurt doing that, then God bless her. But Asuka was phenomenal too. She was like a dance commander in that ring. Charlotte was her normal self, the moonsaults notwithstanding, and Chris is right. She probably shouldn't do that anymore, or at least limit its usage if she can't hit them right. But my God, this match popped. It moved. The ending was awesome. Now, I am in Bobby's corner on the cash in. It was probably a little bit too early for that, and I think the only reason they did it was that either A, they did call an audible, or B, they wanted to wake the crowd up, because for some reason the crowd was dead during this match, and that actually pissed me off. I was pissed. I was pissed at the crowd that they were silent during this match, because I loved it. I ate it up. But yeah, 4 1/4, and a lot of that goes to Bianca. I'm not pissed that EO cashed in, but it was mostly for the same reason LA Knight won the Battle Royal. And
No. She has the briefcase. She can cash in whatever, but they might have dropped the ball giving the briefcase to her, because nobody, the top women. Do you really believe if Io went one-on-one with Charlotte or Bianca or Asuka, she's supposed to win? So you let her cash in, and now they got to chase her, and she can win by cheating because she's with Bayley and them. So this was the easiest way to get the belt off without having to be confusing. I thought it was perfect. That's just me. This reminded me of the Ziggler one.
Well, either here nor there, but my point is, this was my match of the night because there was just so much going on here, so I gave it 4 1/4.
Yeah. It had a Joshi in it and a Joshi with the cash in it. I wonder how I got a 4 1/4.
It was because of Bianca. I am dead serious. As much as I love Asuka and Io, it was because of
Bianca did put on a show. They all put on a show.
Check this out. Now, remember that I was...
Bobby, we're losing
the
you.
Dude turned around to her and was like, "Oh my God, their bodies! Oh my God, their bodies!"
Oh, he did. Yeah, he gave it back to him. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah.
I could see Bobby doing that though. That'd have been perfect if Bobby would have done it.
Yeah.
No, I was going to. I was really thinking about
hey,
going
that
to.
objectification thing goes both ways.
I couldn't do nothing but salute the man. I'm like, thank you very much. Thank you.
I was watching the pay-per-view. I heard a faint voice say "Scissor me." I was like, "Was that Tony? Is Tony? Where's he?"
Oh, scissor me, Asuka.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
You are gonna want to get some. You are gonna want to get some scissors for this. It's the main event. Jey Uso took on Roman Reigns in a tribal. I'm going last on this one. Anybody can go first.
Can I take this one?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, first of all, this was not a tribal combat match. What it was a hardcore match for the SmackDown title. And that's all it was. Okay? That there was nothing special about this match. It was just a no disqualification hardcore match for the SmackDown title. Anything else that they built it up to was completely ruined by the fact that they put like zero effort behind it. Second problem, the pacing. Oh my God, what a slow, plodding, lazy ass match. I have never seen, up until the end when like they finally let Jey Uso loose. It was the most boring, predictable, plodding, lazy-ass match that I have ever seen Roman Reigns in. And that's saying a lot considering that the Money in the Bank tag match he had with Sikoa was, it like fell apart right in the middle. And it was just pathetic. And you knew that Sikoa was coming out there. You knew that they were going to pull all kinds of cheap things out of their ass to put Roman over. It was just, it was just so damn typical. And there was just no effort put in here at all. And I just couldn't wait for this match to end. And so, because it was Jey Uso and he tried, and because it, and you know, because Jey Uso has some potential, I gave this a 2, but that was all it deserved. If they had tried to make this match something special, I would have cared. But Roman is turning into Brock Lesnar. He plods around the ring. He wastes time, stalls. Anything that he does is just low energy, low effort, and I just don't care about Roman Reigns anymore. 2.0.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go next. I also gave it a 2. You know, I don't know if you all noticed that every time one of these places go to a different city, they have a street fight, a Chicago street fight, a LA street fight, etc., etc., etc. Like Rob said, this is all this was. You know, this wasn't even as much of a hardcore match as the Perez Davenport match, as far as I was concerned. I mean, there was nothing at all special, nothing to indicate that it was tribal, anything at all. Like Rob said, the match was slow as hell. I mean, I would give it less than a 2, except for I called the ending of the match, even though I didn't think they would do it. I called it. Like I said, Jimmy has been gone too long, and unless he's really hurt, he's coming back in some way, shape, or form. And I didn't think the creative will pull the trigger on the Usos turning on each other. So I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that. Even actually, this whole storyline now, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it. But the match itself, this was a dull ass match. This is the worst match in Roman's title reign so far. This is the worst out of the 3 matches that Roman and Jay had. So I'm giving it a generous 2.0.
All right, I'll go next. Once again, I disagree with y'all. Right when I watch a women's match that I think ain't shit, Rob gives it a 3. When I watch a 5, another 5 by Roman Reigns, I'm giving it a 5. You say to Ric Flair used to plot around when he would slow a match down so slow that it's we knew he was either gonna win by cheating or something, but he would slow the match down by putting you in the corner and chopping you a few times. Doing it. The Rock used to slow a match down. The Rock only had 5 moves. At least Reigns has more than 5 moves. This is when you're wrestling your family and it's personal. He was savoring every moment, and that's what he was doing. I thought I was watching The Rock at one point, and then after this match, I'm going to be blasphemous. Since 2000, this guy's the GOAT. He's the best I've ever seen, and that's over Cena, Orton, Triple H, whoever you want in the 2000s. I've never seen a gimmick hit so well for one man with the wise man, with him fighting his family. And it's you can put anybody against him, and it's easy, quick, cheesy heat because he is that good. His facials in this match were amazing. The way he was taking his time whooping his cousin's ass. I started thinking, they sent Lesnar after. He whooped Lesnar's ass. They said Cody was the new guy. He whooped Cody's ass. They said main event Jey Uso. He whooped his ass. This was another coup de grace for me. I love the match. I love the speed of the match. It's the only match of the night that told a story that was clear. It was the only match of the night where both guys were fighting like this was so important to them. Jey Uso was fighting for the brother that came out and betrayed him. Remember, he said, "You took Jimmy out. I got to take you out, son." And then Jimmy comes and takes him out. This was enough. They drove me back in. Hook, line, and sinker. 5. A 5 for storytelling and a 5 for execution.
Well, we're just not on the same page on this
I know.
show.
Yeah, not at
Y'all
all.
like the women's matches? I'm like, yo,
No.
this is it. This looked like a SmackDown though. Didn't SummerSlam look like an overrated SmackDown? Like if you pieced 3 good ones together and just took the main events out of them and tried to stick it into a pay-per-view, it looked like a SmackDown to me when I was watching it. Gunther, McIntyre, Reigns, Uso. I mean, it looked like SmackDown.
Bobby,
He sleep.
do the post-mortem.
He sleep.
Is he?
Yeah.
Bobby.
Okay, well we got one more match.
There we go. How's
Bobby.
there one more match? That was the main event.
All right, but you forgot a match.
Which one?
The world.
I don't know why I didn't pick up well.
Oh, Seth Rollins match.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed Rollins Balor.
Yeah, I forgot about it. So that tells you we didn't really forget the match.
It was garbage.
Well, really, I thought
Okay,
it was I thought it was the best match of the show to me.
Bobby, what was your take on Reigns Uso?
Bullshit.
Rating?
Do we really have to?
Well, we've got Chris gave it a 5, and me and Marcus gave it a 2. So between us, you're kind of the make or break here.
I can't.
I gave it a 5 because it was twice as good as the Ronda Rousey match, and I gave that 2.5. So I had to give it a 5.
Well, I
Ladies and
gave
gentlemen, please shoot this child.
well I gave the Rousey match a 1 and this a 2. So if you
doubled it. We're on the same philosophy.
I won't give it a 1.
What? He was there.
Like I said before I even came here, I said, if you go have a tribal rules match, that motherfucking place better be tribal. It better be a coconut or something in that motherfucker.
Some of them tiki torches lit up, something.
These motherfuckers didn't even have an almond joy.
They didn't have no fire.
This is fucking ridiculous. So, yeah. That's all they get from me. That was a waste of fucking time. Jimmy comes out looking all menacing because he wants to be the tribal chief, and they talked him into his ear. And Jay is so upset till he screams around and farts on himself because he doesn't know what to do. Get the fuck out of here, man. Tired of this bullshit. Get this motherfucker to the real opponents. Give up the belt first. Then go against real opponents doing this bullshit. Fuck doing this shit with the belt. It's dumb.
Okay,
Now, visually on TV, though, when Jay Uso came out and the whole crowd was doing this, I thought it was an Eminem concert. It looked like they was hyped. The whole crowd was doing this together. It kind of reminded me of the Yes Movement. Was you and Tony up there pumping it up?
The fuck was he pumping up? There was nothing to pump up.
You just get into the feeling of you're at the crowd. You don't do it with them? What are you talking about?
Hold on. How the fuck we gonna feed off the crowd? See, that's what I want to know what y'all saw at home, because it sounded like you were hearing that it was cheers and all that shit.
When Jay Uso came out, the whole crowd was doing this.
No, okay, well, Jay,
Uso. It looked good. It was nice.
Jay was. Now, I will give it that.
Yeah, it was. Y'all look like y'all was having a good time clowning.
With Jay. But the rest of this whole card. I mean,
correct.
Literally, this whole card except LA Knight.
It looked like a SmackDown to me, man. Y'all went to SmackDown and called it SummerSlam.
No, I'm not even going to say it was SmackDown. I'm going to call it Sunday Night Heat.
Damn. Well, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but there were like 3, maybe 4 big pops of the night, and everything else was quiet. That's what it sounded like on TV.
Yeah.
Asuka got one, which surprised me over the other 2 girls. Hers was louder than Flair's and Bianca's.
What?
Yeah, on TV, Asuka got the biggest pop when the women came out.
They piped that in, because guess who got the biggest pop?
Probably Bianca.
Bianca.
On TV, Asuka's pop sounds louder. It like they went.
They definitely piped that in. And actually, out of all of them, EO got the biggest pop.
Yeah, that was a big pop. He said 3, EO, and then Jey Uso. And then when Reigns said, "Acknowledge me," it seemed like the whole crowd said it with him. When he said, "Acknowledge me," Detroit, it sounded like the whole crowd acknowledged his ass.
Yeah, that was definitely piped in.
Well, they put the camera on the people with the hands up.
Creative shenanigans.
Now that's what they did. They stood up there with their ones.
Didn't I say that at the beginning of the show, Rob? I said, did they pipe some of the noise in?
Yeah, that
because it looked like they were just sitting on their hands.
Yeah,
they were. Most of the motherfuckers were. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
I'm not paying for front row seats and sitting on my hands.
Oh my god, look at this. Oh my
I'm not. If I pay front row seats, I'm getting up. I'm clapping. I don't care if the show sucks.
Oh my god, look at this shit. Oh my god.
Okay, guys, we got one more match left.
Oh my god, and look at his body. Oh my god, look at the body. Oh. What was the other match?
Oh my god.
Rollins and Balor.
Okay, Marcus.
To me, this was the best match on the show. I think the guys worked well together. I think these were like the only 2 wrestlers that really act like they gave a fuck, like they were really into their match. I think this is the best that Balor looked in a while. I thought Seth always comes and shows up. I hate his stupid ass gimmick. I enjoyed the match, and I thought there were some good kickouts in this match. I thought they had a great pace, and when Seth curve stopped Balor on that briefcase, I wouldn't be surprised if he bladed, because they showed it up close, and he heard the thump on his head, and I was like, oh damn, that looked like he might I think that might really have hurt it. So I gave this match a 4. My match of the
night. Chris, do you want to take this one next?
Well, these are 2 guys in their prime, and they can go. So it wasn't my match of the night because the Reigns match, but this was a really good SmackDown main event match. That's all I can tell you, because Rollins is Rollins, and it actually looked like, because sometimes his sloppiness isn't missing moves. It's being all nonchalant, like swinging people into the rope by just touching them and they run into the rope. He does stuff that just irritates me, and I know he's good. Finn, he just has no personality. This guy is a star. There's something missing in Finn Balor. And then when he did the, I got really mad. He did the pedigree on Rollins. He has that paradigm DDT. I was wondering why he didn't do one of his finishers, because now they're just kicking out of each other's moves. I didn't get that. And then I love if the coup de grace isn't a finisher, then I don't know what is. When he landed that, I always think it's over. I don't know how you kick out of somebody jumping 20 feet in the air and landing on your chest. It looks flawless the way he does it. He's one of the best to ever use that move. And I just get pissed off when these finishers aren't finishers no more. Like Marcus just said, he didn't mind the kickouts. I did. It got ridiculous. They kicked out at 10 of each other's finishing moves that they use with other people. So I gave it a 3 because it was a serviceable match. But yeah, a main event for SmackDown shouldn't be on SummerSlam to me.
Well, I gave this one a 4. I agreed with Marcus. I loved the pace, the fact that Rollins and Balor kind of fit each other. And the reason that I rated it lower than the women's 3-way match is mainly because of the ending. Like I said, the storyline needs to wrap around the match, not the match around the storyline. And they kind of did that with the ending here, where there was confusion on what Priest was doing, and Balor thought he was cashing in, and instead he ends up with his head bounced off the... That was a little too busy,
right,
for my taste. But when it comes to the body of the match itself, the pace was right, the chemistry was right, and I just enjoyed that match. Every time I see these two in the ring together, they actually produce. So I gave it a 4 on that.
I like Balor because, like, even when he does a simple headlock, you can you know how sometimes they just hold it. He grips it, and you see his muscle play. It looks like he's really trying to put you in a headlock. And then the other thing is, I thought it would have been perfect to let Balor win the title. When Ripley came out with her belt, Dominic came out with his belt, I was like, Balor wins this belt, and now the dynamic is, does Priest ever cash it in on Balor? And they're all in the same, fraction. That's, to me, that's a Lex Luger Flair type of storyline that you can use. Do I go after that guy because that's the champ? I want to be the best. Yeah. So I thought they missed the boat on that. But Seth's a safe bet, putting the belt on him until either him and Cody go at it again or him and Lesnar maybe. Yeah. But I would have took it off him.
Yeah, I thought it would have been match of the night if the ending had not been so convoluted, I thought. Bobby.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
I'm stretching. My back hurts.
Oh, okay. All right. We thought you might have been asleep. What do you give?
The show's over after you, big dog.
What do you give Balor and Rollins?
3.5. Good match, but yeah, it was wild. I give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Oh, my back. Listen, we got to cut this short.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna do match tonight and everything next week. Next week is actually gonna be old school with Tony Motown Allen. So, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm trying to get my back straight, this hurts. Thank you, Rob, for coming on. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Marcus. And we will be back next week for more of your FTW Network. All you girls that are NAR, thank you so much. And listen, we will definitely see you in the future.
Hit it. How you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. It's groovy. There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, Jam. Sure getting down. Look at him. Ha. We're gonna have a funky good time. 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 Let's take them up, Fred. We gotta take you high. Yeah. All right. You wanna do it again? You wanna do it again, huh? Yeah, let's do it one time. We gotta take you high. Yeah. Brother. Yeah. Now I want everybody. Let Fred blow about 2 choruses. And then I want to wave you in. Let's go until we get this now. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get that fella with the little horn over there. You done change horns on me. Fred, can you take us higher? Yeah. Take us higher.